This feels quite surreal.
It's
Only
weird.
because we're normally on an Instagram live. We are now on a physical sofa with a mic.
A woman's journey, guys.
We've gone all professional on you.
So, what is the long-term goal?
The long-term goal is obviously, first of all, for you guys to get to know myself and Chrissy.
Yeah.
We feel we've lost that a little bit along the way with the lives, which is absolutely fine.
Yeah.
We've now thought about what we want to do. We've spoken about it, planned it. We are going to just talk about us
Yeah.
as individuals and our experiences.
And how it really started. How did
it
we
all really started?
Let's take it back to
take it
basics.
Let's take it back.
Way back.
And then that's what we decided to do in season 1. Mm-hmm. And
Season 1 is really just going to be about us talking.
Yeah, waffling.
Season 1, episode 1 of 5.
Yeah, and then from there we're gonna
start bringing guests
again because we absolutely love talking to you guys and hearing your stories. So this is about us, but the long-term goal is about you.
Yes.
hope that explains what we're doing here on a sofa.
Yeah.
So, shall we take it where it all began, for those that don't know?
Yes. I mean, God, where do I start?
I
was Motivational Mums was literally still very early stages of me developing it. Building a team, and I literally wanted to get out there. I wanted everyone to know who Motivational Mums was about and where I wanted to take it.
Yeah.
So I was reaching out to so many people saying, hi, my name is Chrissy, founder of the Motivational Moms Club. We offer free mental health sessions. We're fully qualified psychologists. And I stumbled about on your page. And I slid into the DM.
Slid in, man. Just right in there.
Sorry, Simon.
But jokes aside, I obviously have a lot of conversations on DMs, but with Chrissy, it felt really sincere, honest. I was talking to you like I'd known you for years. I felt really comfortable. I saw what you was doing on your page, and I was like, that's exactly the type of people I want to sort of network and get to know on Instagram. We stayed in contact on DMs for a little while, back and forth.
Just checking on each other, really, and you were pregnant.
And how it all really started, I was pregnant, and God, we're taking it back now. I have to remember because I feel like this was so long ago. But before I got pregnant, as we all know, I had a few miscarriages, and I was saying to Simon, I feel like nobody talks about miscarriages. That was just that one subject at the time. Yeah. No one talks about it, friends, family, no one was having that conversation. So I decided to go on Instagram with it. Why not? So I started talking about Instagram, and it kind of shocked a lot of people that I'd opened up about that, first of all. And it got so much interest. I was like, I'm onto something here. I think women want to talk, and they probably don't expect people to talk about it on Instagram. I didn't know about all these mum groups at the time because I was quite out of the circle at this point. Yeah. And that's when I said to Simon, really, really, really want to do a live, and I really want to bring on guests about a miscarriage or any form of subject. Yeah. And I think at the time, Chrissy was in my DMs, and we were having back and forth for a while. Yeah. So that's when I said, do you want to be my first guest on my live?
I remember. Yeah.
And I remember Simon coming on, singing for us. So kind of lighting the mood, and I was like really super nervous. I didn't know even how to do a live at this point. I had to style it out with Simon. I was like, if you sing, everyone's going to be so distracted with that. Just make sure you press like the buttons and set what you need to set up, because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm happy to talk, but I don't know about the tech stuff. So we did. We styled it out. He sang. No one knew any different. He put the live on, and he just left the room and just left me to it, pregnant, talking to Chrissy. And it was such a good live. I felt like we could have spoken on that live for hours, but I know we had to cut it short because I didn't want to bore people to death.
Yeah, definitely.
But you had a good old chat.
Going back about, you having your previous miscarriages.
Yeah.
Was that the first time you actually opened up publicly?
I spoke about it with Hello Magazine, but I don't know the exact dates. I think I opened up, because I think we did a shoot about me being pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that one, but I
Yeah.
don't remember you making any mentions about
No. But then
having...
on social media, no, I didn't know. So it was
So
all very
when
new
did you,
to me.
yeah, so why did you feel like it was time for you to
I just
talk
felt like
about that?
I was going through a lot and had no one to really share it with. It sounds really sad because I have so many people to share it with. I think I have my husband, my mum, my sister, and great friends, but I feel like no one really talks about miscarriages or any form of heartache that we go through to become pregnant. And there's so many things that people go through along the way. But I just felt like no one was talking about it. And actually, when I did open up about it, first of all, everyone's like, yeah, I had a miscarriage. I had 2 before I my daughter or my son. I'm like, sorry, are you okay? Like, when did that happen? Oh, yeah, years ago. And I'm like,
oh, yeah.
Are you okay? They're like, yeah,
I
good.
remember when I, on your first Instagram live, I was talking about bleeding during your pregnancy.
Yeah.
And I was bleeding throughout my whole 12 weeks with Zane. And I didn't say anything to no one.
Yeah.
Because, first time being pregnant. I mean, as soon as you find out you're pregnant, you just want you want your baby.
Yeah.
You want to see that your boy or girl being delivered safely, healthy, and you just holding that baby in your arms. And for me, I didn't know if I should say it, or would I be wishing something upon myself by losing that baby. So I was, and my mum, she's African, very traditional. She was like, don't say nothing. You have to make sure you first...
Oh, God, Turkish people are the same.
You have to pass your first trimester.
Absolutely.
Don't say anything. And because I was bleeding on top of that, even me going into my second trimester, my mum was still like, no. You have to wait. I do. But then, could you imagine how heavy I felt? Because I'm a very talkative person as it is. To keep that in and not being able to talk to, other people about it, to understand, is this normal?
Yeah.
No, it's not normal, but it is very common. It is very common. Holding that in. And I just remember talking to my cousin Tina. Like, I told Tina everything, my cousin. And of course, I spoke to my sister about it, Natalie. She's the one she was basically the only one that knew, she's my sister. But outside of that, I told my cousin. And I just remember her saying, it's common. Y'all know XYZ person that's happened to. And I'm just like, wait, what? She's like, yeah, my friend, this and that. And, one person bled throughout their whole pregnancy.
Yeah.
And the baby was absolutely fine. The midwives, doctors didn't even know why they were bleeding. It's very scary. So I understand that in regards to, you wanting to open up and speak about it and, give other people that reassurance that, there is light at the end of the tunnel. You may lose a child, but look at me, I'm living proof, exactly. And, do you know how rewarding that is to give that person probably reading your story a bit of hope? Yeah. That is thinking, I feel like this is the end of the road for me. I can't do it. Yeah. But you're a living testimony of it, that it can happen.
That's why we're doing this, I think.
And those other women.
One of the main reasons for me, anyway, as for you.
Yeah.
Us talking about and being quite open about our journey, it's a hard thing to do, but rewarding as well, in a sense that, like we always say, Chrissy, if we're going to help at least one person, we've done our job.
It's so fulfilling, isn't it?
Absolutely. But no, that's where it all began, where we had our first live, and like I said, it went so well.
God, I remember the next.
I said to Chrissy, listen, I'm about to do a second live. Do you want to join you on this live? And you were like, really? I was like, yeah, do you want to do the lives with me?
I remember saying, I thought I was just going to be a guest and then that's it. You were just
like, in the deep end.
let's continue it together. I was just like...
I just felt like the vibe was there and it was nice to bounce off each other.
Yeah.
And like I always say, our experiences are so similar but different. And that's important as well.
It is, yeah.
So I feel like when you join the live, I can bounce off you and vice versa. And the second live worked.
I think I joined towards the end.
I don't remember. I don't know, for dinner last night, let alone the live.
I think I joined.
Can I just say, I think you was outside the hospital.
Yes, picking up my dad's medication.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, God, I do. Memory sometime.
There you go.
Still works up there somehow. And then that was it really. We started doing like lives on a weekly basis. Then it went to fortnight. And it just all got a bit too much with being a mum and working and life for us to keep them up, is the honest truth.
Yeah.
Especially, I'm hands up, I know I sort of cancelled on that a few times on Chrissy, on our lives. It just felt a little bit overwhelming. I know. Which has led us here because this works. We're away, this sounds awful, we're away from the kids.
It's not awful, my lord. Hallelujah.
We're away from the kids. We can think about what we're saying. We've got our own space. We've got our thoughts, and we're just going to have a conversation about our experiences with you all, and we hope you enjoy them.
Yes.
Let us know if this is okay or not. I don't know.
Well, only time will tell.
Absolutely. But yeah, so going back to our lives, I think we've had loads of subjects between us that we do want to cover on our podcast. And we want to touch on
loads of other topics like mental health, carriages, C-sections.
There's so many.
Pregnancy.
Yeah.
And not just, yes, we want to build a woman's journey, we want to help others, but most importantly, we want to partnership with other organisations
100%.
to make sure the support and information reflects what women need.
Yeah.
And it goes in full circle, doesn't it? Everything is connected, and it goes back to that main thing, which this is what Motivational Mums is about, mental health, awareness. Because, you know, you having your, you know, miscarriage, that affected you mentally. The C-section, which we'll talk about on another episode, guys, that affected you too.
It really did.
Back to me and my experience, me having 2 under 2 at a very short period of time. Obviously, me finding out I was pregnant with Eliana when Zane was just 6-7 months old. I was planning my return to work. So, and anyone that knows me will tell you I'm very career driven. Yeah. I mean, another thing that me and you had in common, coming from the city, working in the city. Yeah. So I've been very career driven, and when Zane was in a routine, I wanted to go back to work. I was actually in the middle of talking to my boss about my working hours and days. And it was after Christmas, I will never forget, I had a cheeky glass. I didn't know I was pregnant. And it didn't go down very well.
That's how you end up finding out. I think every single mother I speak to says the same thing. I had a cheeky little glass, didn't know I was pregnant, and it just felt different. It tasted different, and it made me feel different.
I'm telling you, I took like probably 3, 4 sips, and I was just like, whoa.
Oh, that much?
Yeah. It was after Christmas. It was Boxing Day. So I was just like,
Christmas festive season where everyone's just got drink everywhere.
And I had eaten. I was fine. So I was just drinking. But it was the 4th or 3rd one. I was just like, oh.
This ain't going down as well as it should.
I can't. And I just remember, Bummy saying, you're all right. And he's like, June, are you okay? And I'm just like, I don't know. And that's when he was just like, oh, you look kind of different. I was just like, excuse me. What do you mean I look different?
That always means weight, innit, when people say that to you.
Chops.
Yeah, that's what people say when they politely mean you've put on weight.
Yeah. He was like, you look different.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, I think you need to go and get a test. I was just like, no.
Can't possibly be
how? No, obviously how. We know how. Well, that was one of the questions. I was like, how? No way am I pregnant. And he was just like, go and get one. So I didn't get it because I was just like, no, point blank, I can't be. He actually went to the Costco underneath us at the time. And he bought, the co-op. Or, did I say No, co-op.
The brand.
Yes, the branded pregnancy, brand ones, yes. And I just remember like, I'll just do it. Took myself to the toilet and it was 2 pink, very bright lines.
Bright lines.
Yeah. And I just remember him knocking and I can hear Zane moaning somewhere and he's knocking. He's like, what's the results? I was just like, he's 40. And I just remember like breaking it. Me and him laugh about it up until today.